Happy Friday morning, everyone. I am Adina here with Beyond the Veil. Welcome to my channel. I am grateful, of course, to have you here. I hope that before we get started on this video, you guys will go ahead and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I think that you're supposed to say that when you're on YouTube, when you create content for YouTube. I would like you guys to subscribe, but it's only because I like what I do. I think I'm good at what I do, and I think it's pretty life-changing. I am not relegated to just doing these content videos. I do these for you guys to see what I can do and tap into Beyond the Veil. However, if you do need me for any personal services, which I do offer, my email is beyondtheveiladina@gmail.com. It will be in the description box. That is how you can reach me in regards to any personal matters that you would like to discuss with me. With that being said, I heard that Tiffany Haddish was served with more legal papers regarding the children that she solicited to have in a pedophilic video with Aries Spears. I've covered that. I've covered both Tiffany and Aries on my page before. And talked about that case. However, like I said, I heard on a blog that Tiffany Haddish was recently served, and I didn't see that anywhere, like in any reputable media sites, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm actually going to look into that today. I'll be reading Tiffany Haddish again, just because after reading her the first time, I don't like her. And as a reader, I say that very rarely about people, because also as a Libra, I'm very non-judgmental. No matter who you are, what you've done, I typically can attribute it to the polarity of humanity, whether it's the positive or negative side of humanity. But I never really judge, because I typically feel like everybody can be redeemed from the bad choices that they make. However, there are two people that I have read and I personally do not like, and that is Erica Mena and Tiffany Haddish. I have read Benjamin Netanyahu and his soul and his plans for the world and who he is, which I cannot describe to you guys on YouTube in words, but I can, what he is, what his energy is, what his soul is something different from a day-to-day person that we see. But even him, I didn't personally dislike. Tiffany Haddish and Erica Mena are two people that I personally don't like, because I don't have the foresight to say this, but in my mind's eye, those two women, despite everybody having the opportunity to evolve, I don't see them doing that. So anyways, I would just like to see the energy around Tiffany Haddish, and as it relates to her getting served with more legal papers in regards to the children. Now, I heard that she was being sued for defamation because she or her attorney called the children's mother an extortionist, that she was just trying to get money out of her and Aries Spears. The mother sued her for defamation, for saying that she didn't have any other claims to suing her other than money. So that's very bold. That means you know what you did and we got receipts. And for you saying that I'm trying to extort you when you know why we are suing you and can prove why we're suing you is defamation. So that's interesting. Spirit, speak to me about Tiffany Haddish, in her lawsuit and court situation with the 2 children who she was accused to have used for a pedophilic video, and their mother. What is Tiffany's energy surrounding this case with these 2 former children, friends of hers, who are accusing her of having them record pedophilic video content? Tiffany Haddish, what does she have going on around her in regards to that legal situation that she is trying to maneuver her way out of? But you know, I get the energy that Tiffany I get the impression that Tiffany thought that this was signed, sealed, and delivered. I see in my mind's eye her at the VMAs again, and I did a Tiffany Haddish VMA video, and I touched on this a little bit. That was like the first time that she had really been out and let her hair down after a few things that she had been going through, and one of them was this case. She had a lot more going on regarding that in her personal life and the fallout behind it and some other stuff, and she was in a really low place. But when she went to the VMAs or sometime around that time, I see her thinking, for whatever reason, and I touched on the reason in my Tiffany Haddish VMA video, that the coast was clear and that she can go back out as if nothing ever happened. Tiffany did some things to align herself with some people who have been known to protect their own in the industry, and Tiffany did what she needed to do to get down with the winning team, and after that she assumed it was safe to come out. All right, I'm gonna go with this card because cards fall out of my hands. All right, I think that because Tiffany believed that the case was settled, because they did reach a settlement, monies were paid to the mother, and I believe monies were paid to the 2 accusers, the 2 former children who were the victims. So for Tiffany, when she got served, she's trying to figure out, why am I being sued? You know, why am I being served again when everybody was paid? And this is why she feels like the mother is an extortionist, because it's because of her children that she's even able to file these lawsuits and get this money. There is an energy a little bit in this card, and I'll dig into it, of the mother using this situation as a way to get money. Allegedly, I do see a little bit of that, because when I read up on the case, I found out that the daughter was the one who had custody at the time of the lawsuit filed by the daughter, as she had become an adult, and she filed it, I believe, on both of their behalf. Maybe she had custody of the brother. So it seems as though the 2 children, the daughter felt like it was a better situation for her to have custody of her brother, and maybe that is because the mother was negligent, not only by allowing Tiffany to take her kids without her being there to supervise them, to film some skit that she knew nothing about, but also Tiffany did pay the mother, I believe, outside of court, possibly inside of court too. And maybe, just maybe, the children really didn't see any money from that, or maybe she couldn't. I believe I saw that no lawyer would take her case. I think that it's because of the relationship that the mother had with Tiffany. It did make her seem money hungry, but the children were successful in filing their own suits and getting settlements. The mother is now coming back for more money, and this does give me the energy a little bit of, I'm gonna beat this dead horse until I can't get anything out of it, on the children's behalf, as if she's doing it on their behalf. And the challenge again was the settlement. The challenge to this money grab, what I hear in Tiffany's spirit say, is that, as I mentioned, this was already settled and monies were already dispersed. Recent past, eight of swords in reverse, Tiffany did think that she was out of this. She thought the coast was clear and that she wouldn't be able to be pursued legally for anything else regarding this because it was a settlement. Near future, Tiffany's going to have to pay some more money. I'll come back to that. 9 of Cups, as above. Now, for me, this is Tiffany feeling like the mother is doing this for her own greed, as below, because of the son. So maybe the son is still a minor, or maybe he was the one who had the most damage done to him. I believe so. I believe that the girl was 14. She was a little bit older. They didn't go as far with her, possibly, but the son, me thinks, and I know for sure that he was the subject of that video. There were things that happened to this boy that I believe may or may not actually be on the video, and I haven't even seen a clip of it because I don't need to, and I don't want to. But me thinks the boy had some things done to him that we never got caught wind of. And this 9 of Cups gives me the energy of all of the activities. The mother's greed, Tiffany's greed, Aries' greed, the industry people behind their greed, everybody's greed. Everybody's self-serving energy. I think the only one who isn't self-serving is the sister, because she was a victim too. Advice, aka current action, 7 of Wands, 7 of Wands, reverse. Tiffany does not have the energy to fight. Tiffany, I don't think, is going to fight. I do believe that she's just going to go ahead and pay. She's going to pay what she doesn't have. She's going to pay from what she doesn't have. She doesn't have the money to pay, but she's going to. And at this point, Tiffany is defeated. She also knows that this is a battle that she can't win in court, because it was defamation to call a mother of proven child victims an extortionist. Even if that is the case, the fact of the matter is there's so much evidence and receipts to implicate Tiffany and Aries, allegedly, that no judge is going to say, well, you're right. You know, your children were victims, but you're just out for money. So this is a battle that Tiffany can't win, because she shouldn't have called that woman an extortionist. Neither should her attorneys, unless they had a rock solid case that could prove that Tiffany had nothing to do with those things. External energy, the devil. I'm going to come back to that. Hopes and fears. Again, Tiffany hopes and fears that this does not ruin her. She hopes that it doesn't ruin her. Five of Cups reverse. I'm going to come back to that too. I get the impression that Tiffany is going to go into debt to someone in Hollywood, paying off everything she owes, attorneys, paying off people. She doesn't have it like that. For her to get out of this, somebody's going to have to come in and save her. And this is going to be different from when she allegedly did that ritual. And then the attorney stepped in out of nowhere. Prince Andrew's attorney stepped in out of nowhere and handled things. This is going to be different from that. Because they're going to have to pay her tab for her. And this could possibly be why the devil energy is in her external environment. Because she's going to be chained, enslaved to that debt. But I'll clarify that in a second. I actually want to start with her past energy. With the Eight of Swords in reverse, her feeling like the coast was clear. She had, you know, maneuvered her way out of this legal battle. And now she felt a little bit free. Let's see. Tiffany got her wind back in the recent past. She got her strength back because she had a strong defender holding back the lions from being able to devour her. Four of Swords. King of Cups reversed. It's like maybe the court ruled, or it's like something wasn't signed or something, or properly communicated. So there was a situation where, like, in the future, you can attempt this again because you're not legally bound to. Maybe an NDA, maybe some kind of agreement in this settlement to where it's just like, if we pay you this settlement, you can never come for us again. I don't know if it was something like that, but some kind of agreement was broken with this Lovers in reverse, which is why the mother could come for more. It's like, if you take this money, these are the terms of the agreement for both parties. Nobody can speak about X, Y, and Z. Nobody can da-da-da-da-da. I believe that that agreement was broken because the mother was defamed. Or it's like, you can't, if you take this money, you can't sue for this. But nobody said anything about defamation. Like, you can't sue anymore for the actual acts that were taken against your children. But nobody said anything about defamation. That's what it felt like on the bottom of the deck. Okay. She had really strong attorneys. These are attorneys, again, that represented the royal family, Prince Andrew, in his sexual abuse or something like that case. This is a Leo card, and Leo is a sign of royalty. Methinks that there's an opportunity also to come back for Aries Spears. For some reason, she has not been able to come after it. I said this before in my other video on Aries Spears, that he's a little bit more protected because he does a little bit more behind the scenes that people hold more value for. She hasn't been able to come for him legally the way she has for Tiffany. He has help. Aries has more help, bigger help, that's been helping him evade, because he's tied to more things, I think, that haven't come out in court. It hasn't come out in court yet. He's tied to some deeper things. And Tiffany just wasn't as protected and valued at the time. Methinks that Tiffany's, the arrangement, Aries does things, a lot of things, dirty things behind the scenes that keeps Hollywood, the Hollywood machine, rolling. Allegedly things with children, runaway children, possibly children that go missing or declared as runaways. I tapped into this on my Chris Stokes video as well. This feels like the same industry, the same thing. It feels like they do the same thing. Dealing with children, runaway children, missing children. They find them, lure them into Hollywood, and then they're auctioned off for various purposes. First, they're groomed. You know, they bring the children in, either hired, buy them, rent them from their parents, actually buy them from their parents, because there are a lot of parents who are in on this Hollywood machine, allegedly. They buy them from the parents, and then, you know, they groom them, break them in to the Hollywood haberdashery, and then they use them, you know, auction them off and use them to various Hollywood people and industry people for whatever services. And then sometimes later on, those same children become big name celebrities with horrible, unspoken of, questionable backgrounds that sometimes never comes out until they write a book, they die, or they get addicted and go off the deep end and then start spilling tea, and then they die. Aries feels like he's into that. And that is a machine that keeps Hollywood well oiled. Not only does it feed them energy, and it's a business, and it also continues to pump out industry approved pawns. The industry doesn't necessarily like taking regular people off the street, no matter how talented they are, and then bringing them into the Hollywood life, unless they were children or young and impressionable, because we're not as easy to break into the Hollywood stuff unless you get them young. So that's why Tiffany thought she was free. She had that royal family attorney who came in and kind of quietly handled everything. But certain things weren't supposed to be said or discussed, and they messed up when they start bad-mouthing the mother. All right. King of Pentacles reversed in the near future. The Hangman in reversed. Ace of Cups in reversed. The mother, the Empress. Somebody is going to have to get up off of whatever. So Tiffany was sitting back, chilling, now that she has done the ritual to make her a part of what she feels like is the Hollywood elite. She is going to have to come up off of her laurels that she's been resting off of. And pay this mother. Pay the mother handsomely. Handsomely. For things that she should not have said. The judge will most likely make a ruling in the mother's favor. And it has, again, I feel like it has more to do. Well, Ten of Cups came out. The judge is going to rule in the mother's favor because I don't know if this is going to be done in family court or some civil court. But because of what happened to this family, and the judge is more privy to that information than we are, the judge is going to feel like she should have never been held back from her getting justice for her children before. Because there were a lot of lawyers that wouldn't take her case on. For some reason, she wasn't able to sue. Methinks that the judge will take pity on that. And will think that that was an injustice. The judge knows, whoever this judge is, they're going to be a judge that knows what goes on in Hollywood. And that is why they are going to be so willing to make Tiffany pay and whoever is behind her pay, because who they're coming for is the people supporting Tiffany. This judge is a California judge. They know the industry. They know what's going on behind the scenes, and they can read between the lines. Who they're really after are the people who are helping Tiffany, because they know that behind the scenes this is bigger than Tiffany. For some reason, me feels like Tiffany, why does it feel like you are going to have their backs turned on you? The same people that you just aligned yourself with, me thinks that you could possibly, see, I don't think so. Before I say anything, all right. All right, you guys. It's like they've been unsuccessful getting Aries spirits. The mother, I see allegedly that you were very much complicit. You were very much complicit. The Magician, the Knight of Swords, and the Money. You were very much complicit, and that is behind the Three of Pentacles. Very much complicit. I don't know if you were on drugs at the time, but I see that you were possibly on drugs and you turned a blind eye, but you knew exactly when she left with your son that something wasn't right, because is this why you chose not to go? No. They said that they had to go alone with him and do this project alone for some reason. You knew then, when you realized you couldn't come, me thinks you knew the whole time that something in the milk wasn't clean, especially with Tiffany, because you knew she was trying to get on. You knew the people that she was hanging around with. Something is very complicit with the mother. Very much complicit. All right. Seven of Wands in reverse. Tiffany's current advice, current actions. Aries and Tiffany, I allegedly believe, are both getting ready to be pulled back into this for some reason with this King and Queen of Cups reverse. Those are two people who do very, very bad things. Very methinks that lawsuits are coming one at a time rather than both at the same time. Methinks that there is an attempt to come after and destroy this particular ring. This particular group. It seems that they got away before for some mysterious reason. Like help showed up out of nowhere. Help showed up out of nowhere before. I do see the mother being turned down by multiple attorneys. I do know that these attorneys work in a network, especially in Hollywood. It's like they knew not to touch her. the people that they are after are the people who made the decision for Tiffany to be famous. It's like when she was trying to be famous and get on, there was a certain group of people that she was affiliated with, that she was working with to get put on. This is the group that the attorneys really want. I actually, see, here's this card of complicity again. See, I see the mother here. Girl, I should do a reading on you yourself, because I see what you did, because you didn't, you know, you should have never let your daughter go with these people. But you knew when they left. They told you that you couldn't come. I see real deal Holyfield molestation. I see not just rubbing down with oil like they say, or the clips that they did release of that video footage. What they didn't release, that there was real deal Holyfield Pound Town allegedly going on. And I don't see it happening once. And I do see the mother like this. Hand out, you know. And this is why Tiffany is so vexed. And I get it and I don't get it. From a non-judgmental perspective, I get it, because you were complicit. So you are an extortionist. Unfortunately, though, you can't call this mother that, because whether she was complicit or not, your name is Tiffany Haddish. You brokered this situation. So you are a bigger target. Tiffany's not going to be able to defend herself. Financially, she's not going to have it. And any other way, legally, she won't be able to defend herself, because she shouldn't have spoke out about this woman that way. The devil in her external energy. Two of Cups reversed. Queen of Wands reversed. The Emperor. I see you trying to disassociate yourself. I like to think that this Emperor is Aries Spears, because this is the Aries card. Tiffany is a Sagittarius, I believe, here. And then this Two of Cups could be the disassociation. But you guys are about to be associated again. He thinks that you guys are about to be bound up in this situation again. Or I don't know if Aries spirits was served as well, but me think so. Me thinks that Aries was also recently served or in the past. Did you pay? Hmm. See, I think that Tiffany is going back to the attorney, going back to the same attorney that got her off before. He will advise her to settle, pay. Settle, pay, do whatever you can before anything else that you've done comes out. You don't want anyone looking into anything else that you've done to become successful. So I do believe that Tiffany is going to get herself chained up even more. Tiffany is now a slave of the industry, and I actually do see her getting off with this Five of Cups in reversed. We won't hear much about it because I believe that they will give the mother a settlement. But all of this help for Tiffany does not come for free. And she cannot afford the attorneys that she has. She can't afford any of this. She can't afford to fight this case. She can't afford another lawsuit. If they, if they get her out of this, which I believe they will, Tiffany, if you thought you were indebted before, because you've already given your soul when you drink from that goblet, but honey, you will be doing whatever it takes in Hollywood to earn anything that keeps you off the streets. Let me look into this Five of Cups in reverse. Methinks Tiffany will get off. Knight of Cups in reverse. Seven of Pentacles. It's just, it's like, I don't know if Tiffany's gonna not fight or if Aries gonna fight. I believe Aries will try a little bit to defend himself. I don't think Tiffany will, because I don't think she has it in her, nor do I think she has the money. Aries doesn't want to give this woman a dime. Yeah, Aries not going to want to give anything. Something might be presented during this, I hear the word discovery, but I don't know what they would go through that for. That would be explosive with this Tower. I don't know if that's against the mother. I don't know if the mother got evicted from her home or something like that, her apartment or something, but it's gonna look like this is why she decided to file the lawsuit. To the mother, I hope that you keep it real cute and mute before you provoke somebody to go behind the courts and have things leaked or stories leaked about you. I don't know if there's receipts for payments that you took or something like that, but there's a possibility that you can come off a lot more complicit to the public. Let me look into this Five of Cups reverse again, because that gives me the energy of Tiffany won't be worried about this for too long. See, I don't know what this is about. Drugs? Possibly. Like something was possibly given. To the boy or to the children in order to cause them to not be conscious fully during whatever happened. I see a monetary offer that was made but was turned down. Possibly the little girl. She was offered something in order to become famous, and she turned it down or didn't go through with it. And I believe it was that commercial that she said that they were trying to get her to film for Subway. Allegedly Subway, and they wanted her to reenact fellatio on a Subway sandwich. I see that the mother has been unsuccessful at rebuilding her family, getting her family the help that she needs. Maybe the son. I see that this tore the family apart. Literally, the son. I see unsuccessful attempts to move past this because there is difficulties in the young boy getting past this. I don't know if he still sees. I don't know if it's because he can see Tiffany on TV and he can see Aries spirits on TV, or see him around somewhere and it triggers him. I do not believe that the mother has a good relationship with her children. But I do not see why Tiffany's outcome is the 5 of Cups in reverse. I just want to ask one more time, you guys, and then I'm going to wrap this up because this wasn't supposed to be an hour-long video. But that 5 of Cups in reverse, even if Tiffany does get off of this, we will only see a shell of Tiffany Haddish. All of this has taken a toll on her, and she was already a very broken woman. This broke her completely. I believe that the mother will accept a settlement again. She doesn't have the money to really fight. Now, this could be Tiffany. This could be Tiffany, actually, because I'm not reading the mother. I do believe that Tiffany will agree to whatever the mother is asking for because she doesn't have the money to continue fighting. Somebody will have to give Tiffany the money to pay. Yeah, because there's a concern about the daughter. Like, if they try to fight this, the daughter is the threat here. She's not like the mother. She was never thirsty. She was never greedy. She's a victim too, but she's older now. She's old enough now. Yeah, because it seems like if they don't settle, if they try to fight the mother, then the daughter might be able to come out and compound on whatever situation the mother has going on with Tiffany. Methinks that this case will be closed and settled, and it will not become a public spectacle. Methinks that that's what will happen, that it would just get settled, taken care of, so that everybody can be quiet. Tiffany will be quiet moving forward about this. Her lawyers will be quiet. But Tiffany, you are forever now in debt to whomever you aligned yourself with. So good luck with that, because what they're doing for you isn't cheap. And unfortunately, like, in order to pay them back, a lot of people, you know, just do regular Hollywood movies and stuff, but you could possibly have issues landing big gigs. You will still get some work because you still have, despite all of this, and this will be handled quietly, but you'll be working for the rest of your life trying to pay off these debts to these people, and they will keep you indebted. They will keep you indebted because they have a lot of things over people's heads in Hollywood in order to keep them indebted, especially when people are desperate, and they're raised desperate around the industry. You do a lot of desperate stuff, and these people keep keep receipts and keep tabs for the day that you become the household name, and then you get too big for your britches and they start, you know, leaving you, dangling you out above the sharks to remind you and to let you know that this is the time where we ask for things in order for what we're going to give you. You want to play the game, this is what we require of you, and if you don't play the game, well, we ruin you because of choices that you made to get here. None of that is free, and now you owe us for the rest of your life. Good luck, Tiffany Haddish. See you guys later. Oh, and I don't mean that. Have the luck that you deserve.